Hey guys, this is Jerry, welcome to the channel. This is the Nissan Z NISMO. Today we are going to have a quick look around and do a quick drive for this vehicle. In the New Zealand market, if you're looking to purchase one of these vehicles, the pricing for the Nissan Z NISMO is $100. So it is not a cheap vehicle to start with. It is also more expensive than standard Z. The cool thing about the NISMO Z is it's got quite a few things going around the vehicle. You're getting a newly designed 19-inch alloys, different tires. Underneath the vehicle, you're going to get the new designed bumper with red coloring around the vehicle, even on the mirror as well. I do absolutely love the look of this vehicle design, and I do love this paint job as well. At the front, at the back, these are both LED head and tail lights. Again, they look rather cool. You have a small Z logo over here, Nissan badge just underneath. Press here, that's to open the tailgate. Well, although it's a trunk, it's not big to be fair. You're able to load some of the stuff. You can also store some of the stuff behind your bucket seats as well. And that's pretty much it. This car is not going to be used as a practical vehicle, but anyway, the driving part is the important part on this vehicle. Over here, we get recaro seats, sporty bucket seats with NISMO logos on the top, which again looks very different from the standard Z, of course. All the seats adjustments will be manual adjustments, and the seatbelt just gets over here. Let's step inside. All right, this is also very low and very tight space inside the vehicle. And now, this is what the Z NISMO looks like once you switch the vehicle on. We do have a 12.3-inch digital dashboard, which looks quite clear. You're able to change a few designs if you click here to change the views and things like that. I do like it being under the Sport version. Not only you get quite a lot of dials over here, you also get the traditional Z gauges on the top. 3 gauges, one's for your battery voltage, one's for your turbo speed, one is for your turbo boost. That's quite cool. In the center, this is not much modernized. This is only an 8-inch touch screen that gets you phone connectivity, radio control, reverse camera, and some settings about this screen, and that's pretty much it. Bluetooth connection is available, but your Android Auto and Apple CarPlay is only wired using the USB underneath. But you can head to business, which is the adapter I use every day. Very easy connection. I'll leave a link down in the description. Underneath, manual adjustment for air conditioning. You get drive mode and push button start. Your gear shifter is a automatic gear shifter. Yes, the Z is only available in an automatic 9-speed gear shifts. So that's the difference between the standard Z, which is available in manual or auto, where the Z NISMO is auto only. You get a button to open your tailgate and your manual handbrake just over here. Now, without further ado, let's go for a drive. All right, let's get started. First thing, power and drive. It is rear-wheel drive on the NISMO Z. That means you are getting a beautifully finished 3-liter twin-turbo V6 petrol motor. Power-wise, you're going to get 309 kilowatts and 520 Newton meters of torque. Those numbers a little bit more than the standard Z. 11 kilowatts more, 45 Newton meters more. Can you feel it? I guess you can. When you push on the corners and when you go driving aggressively on these surfaces, you can definitely feel the vehicle drives that wheels for you. And what that does to the car, just under 5 seconds from 0 to 100 timer is very impressive for this vehicle. Yes, it may not be as fast as some electric cars these days. Don't get me wrong, many electric cars will easily kill this vehicle in a straight racing line, but it feels fast. The overall driving feel on this vehicle is very good. And even under standard mode, you're going to get a really good feel out of the throttle response. The gear shifting, arguably a little bit better than the Z according to Nissan, but it is still not a super fast shift. But guess what? As long as you change the vehicle to manual mode using the paddle shift behind the steering, you're going to get a really good amount of pedal response when you go rev up. As long as you go sort of mid-level or high-level revs, you're going to get a good numbers of torque and things. And that's the cool thing about this vehicle. If you change to Sport or simply Sport Plus, it just gets sharpened. This will become a cool weapon to go around. And not only that, your steering gets a little bit stiffer and it just goes just like that. Just like that. It's so easy to go over speed limits in this vehicle, no matter which mode you are going on. But to be fair, Sport Plus is also the one mode you may want to have if you just want the maximum fun on this vehicle. And on some bumpy road like this, it's not going to be comfortable, let's put it that way. The vehicle wasn't definitely not designed to be a comfortable vehicle. With this very stiff bucket seats and also very stiff suspension setting on this car, you're going to get a lot of shakes when you go through this, and it's going to be very hard. And guess what? This is what the car's supposed to be. And with that stiffness, the good thing about the vehicle is its exceptional handling. The Nismo vehicle is just a little bit stiffer, and you can definitely feel the tuning of the suspension from Nissan to make it this a bit more maybe track focused, maybe weekends focused as well. You go take this around the corners, mountain roads, everything just makes sense. But if you are driving this as a daily drive, it's probably not something I would recommend. You will get sore back and sore hip when you are driving this vehicle on a daily basis. But nevertheless, I'm pretty sure when you get out of traffic, this car will make you smile. It rains quite heavily today, so I'm not going to do quick acceleration or anything like that. All I want to tell you is this is fast, and with such a wet condition over here, you could easily lose traction by the way. But even right now, it is quite solid at this speed, and you can definitely feel that. And with such a heavy rain going around right now, you probably don't hear much of a exhaust noise, let's put it that way. The reason being, you can't get much exhaust noise like this when you get the revs up a little bit better, and that's where you can feel it. Well, there's a little bit pop as well. That pop feels quite nice, but you only get it when you rev really high and do a little bit de-acceleration and things. It's not bad. I do enjoy the drive, I'll be honest with you. For a driving pleasure vehicle, this is a fantastic car to drive. If you simply ignore the price tag on this vehicle and simply ignore the stiff ride, this is a beautiful machine to drive, and it just gets you every time you drive the vehicle, so that's no issue whatsoever. Pedal response when you get the rev up is still excellent, and that's pretty good. So pretty much that's my quick drive for the Nissan Z NISMO. I wish I could drive this and video this in a dry weather, but it's been like this for the whole week. Anyway, if you don't need the whole NISMO experience, you may want to just get the standard Nissan Z, whether it's manual, whether it's auto. It represents a slightly better value compared to the Nismo Z. But if you are a pure driving fanatic and you are looking for something that's just as sporty as the Nismo Z, this is definitely the car to get. And it just gets so much fun driving this around any surfaces, anywhere around the country roads and things. That's pretty much all my verdicts. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you do not forget to subscribe, like. That's the best way to support the channel. As always, I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much.